Hey everybody, it's so good to see you today. I just had a really amazing coaching call and I'm just so glad to see all of you today. We're going to get into it today. We are going to talk a lot about actually groups are probably going to be like a main topic of discussion today. So if you are looking to start a group, I think this will be really, really helpful. And we're going to start with Amber. So let's go ahead on in. I'm so glad to see you. And then we'll go into Kelly.
Hello!
Hey, beautiful. How are you?
I'm doing good. Hold on, I'm trying to put my phone in my tripod so I don't have to hold it.
I know. I put it on so I have like one of those pop sockets and I put it on the back of, I put it on the top of my computer.
That's smart.
So if anyone needs a little hack, I'm like, that is like the best way to do it. And I want to hear about you. And I saw this morning that someone signed up for your group. So anyone who is an overeater or binge eater, you have to sign up for Amber's group. Like I will link all the information. You're fucking awesome. You helped me with stuff. Like I couldn't recommend you anymore. Seriously.
Thank you, Megan.
Of course. So what's going on?
Yeah. So I had a consultation with someone yesterday.
Okay.
And she said yes. But as I was doing a post-consultation evaluation and thinking back on, everything that happened, I don't want to say she's not going to be in, but I feel like she might have started just going along with me and said yes, because there was one moment where I told her the price and she was just we were kind of silent for a little bit. So I said, okay, like, what do you think? And she said, yeah, I'm in. And I said, okay, which payment link do you want? Do you want to do the pay in full option or the payment plan? And she said, I don't know. And so I went on to explain, like, both options were the same. You would save a little bit of money with the pay in full. And so I said, do you have a preference for which one you would prefer? And she said, I don't know again. And then so I just said, okay, I'll send you both. But I realized that might have been a moment where something was coming up for her. Maybe a pricing objection or something, or maybe she was confused about something. So I sent her both payment links. I sent her an email. She hasn't paid yet, but she's the only one I've had a consult with who has joined.
Yep.
So
been there.
Yeah, I've kind of created like a plan to calm my brain if only one person does join. Okay. So if only she joins, I'm just going to give her one-on-one at the same price and just say, this is just like, I want to give you this opportunity. So I'm just going to give you what something is normally a lot more for this price still. And if 2 people join, I'm going to try to get in other people for free, either my clients or some other people. Like I have some consults with sorority people and maybe offering them to come in. Awesome. And then I think with 3 people, I'm going to try to do the group. I might invite a few more people in, but I feel like it'll be like the official, okay, this is okay. Yeah. So anyways, it closes Thursday night. So tomorrow night, officially, but I think I think I'm going to do a like extended for 48 or 72 hours. So for the next 2 or 3 days after that.
Okay. So is there anything like, I want you to know that this is so fucking normal. And I'm so glad that you have like plans. Like for the majority of the time, what I've heard from, and it's interesting because so I went to like the 3-year plan thing for 200K this weekend. And people were like, how did you actually have people in your first group? I had to try like 3 times before I even had a group. And I was like, oh, okay. So that really like helped me to get perspective that like, okay, so like it was kind of like a situation where I was just like, let me go. And I was like, for the last couple of days, I was just going to go ham and just like message all the people. And like also having that contingency plan, just like, let me go. And I was like, I'm not, and I just want to make sure that like, you don't make this mean any fucking thing about you. Like the people who went through like 2 groups, they're at like $1 million now, by the way.
Yeah.
Like after like 3 years. So it's like, there are people, it doesn't mean anything about the future of your business. It means nothing about your program and it means nothing about you. Are you feeling like you're in that place to move forward? Because I don't want to give you actions from a place of scarcity. Or like
kind of, I think, I didn't really know what to expect going into it. So I'm trying to like give myself compassion and grace for that. For like, like when I had the early sign up bonus, that was like 2 weeks ago, no one signed up for that. And I went into like full shutdown mode where I was like, no one's going to sign up. And then I was like, okay, I decided I was going to believe into the group until the second it was impossible for anyone to join, which is like technically the day after the group, or even like a week after we like officially started. You know, maybe
remember, you signed up the day after the group started.
Yeah.
Remember, so it's like, it doesn't mean it's the end. It just like, and I noticed, I actually saw a post of yours this morning or sometime, and I didn't see the group listed. It was about summer, and you were in a bathing suit. You know what I'm talking about? That pink one? And I didn't see like an actual picture, like a carousel post for the group. So it's like they had to read the words in order to know that this is what you do. And I'm looking at your page now, and I'm seeing my story, become a confident eater, introducing becoming a confident eater group, but I don't see closes this day, close in one day. Like, I think that people, what we want to do is people buy when there is, and this is what happened with me. So I got totally freaked out, and I've been looking back and evaluating my launch. I didn't have very clear writing. My posts were way too small. You at least have bigger, your words are definitely better than mine were. It was like, I literally didn't have anything. Like, it looked so small. I'm like, of course, A, no one signed up. B, I launched for too long. Like, that's also Fitzgerald agrees. He's like, but it's like, I think you literally, like, it doesn't mean anything about you. I think we just need to bring in more like of that, like, and not from a bad place, but people need to buy on deadlines. Like, that it might be top of mind, but I literally just think that you need to be like, hey, 1 day left. Tomorrow's the day. Doors are closing. Have you sent that kind of, like, I didn't realize how important that was. And that's why for this last group, 2 people from our mastermind resigned, one shifted. The 4 of them joined in the last week, in like the last 24 hours. And I was like, I learned
in my mind, it's like, it should be linear. Like, I should get 2 a day for a week straight. And then
I know. So I think that like where you are at is normal. We just need to like amp up the like awareness and like have you message all the people who have liked the post. Have you told them, hey, I want to let you know tomorrow's the last day. Do you want to, and are you doing consults, or do you have an option for them to just buy?
I have an option for them to buy, but I only have like one buy now button under the price, but everything else is book a consult. So I primarily want them to book a consult, but I do have that option for them to just pay.
Okay. So I would say like for that, like, so it's like, I want you to know it's not about you. I promise you. I was like, it's not about you, but I literally think that we're just like learning the skill of launching. So it's like, I didn't know this shit until like the launch is over. And I'm like, my words are too small. I didn't bring enough urgency and scarcity, and I didn't email enough.
Emails I actually have been doing really good with. So so far I've sent out over 20 emails.
Okay, great. Okay, so like,
I don't think you're on my list, but I feel I felt pretty good about emails.
Good.
And I've been doing one a day, and I did a few extra when the bonus was expiring. And I have 1 scheduled today. I was gonna do 2 scheduled tomorrow. Maybe I'll do 3 because it's like the last day that it's officially open.
I want you to, if you're like totally up to you, but I would like, you need to have like doors are closing, last day to sign up. Like, that's what I did with mine, and I think that's the reason why people ended up being like, oh shit, I have to buy this. Like, that's what I heard from the 4 people. And the crazy shit was, Amber, they were lurker, like, not like, I love you guys, if you watch this back, awesome, but like they were people who were like, I did not know they existed at all. None of them, none of the 4 were on that list of lead tracker, that list that we made. None of them. They were literally all people who had just been watching. They didn't even like my stuff. And I'm like, what? And so what happened is the second I like release, and I want that plan. Like, if it's 1, we'll do one-on-one for free. If it's 0 people, it doesn't mean anything about me. I'm just going to continue on my life. Like, it literally doesn't matter. But what would, like, because it means absolutely nothing about you. And so I want you to just think about the things that would be like fun and like things that you could do quickly, just to be like, hey, if you want to, this is it. And if not, then you've got one-on-one people, you have clients. It's not like you don't have clients. You've got clients, you got people. Your business is going to be just fine. This is like, we're gleaning so much learning from this. And I heard that the first 4 launches are the worst. So it's like, this is like where
I believe that.
and I'm trying to give you all of my learning curves. You know what I mean, though? Like, it's like, you don't know. You think you know, and then you do it yourself, and you're like, oh, I thought I knew. And it's like a whole other world. So I would say one a day. Make sure that the caption is like last day to sign up, like big, like having that. And I would also message all your humans.
I've been doing good about that too.
Awesome.
So I've been messaging like literally everyone, letting them know about the early sign up bonus, and then, you know, I'm still doing the group. Like, I would love to have you join. And so that's where I think, like, I mean, I think having the bigger words, like big announcement about it, will help. But I think that's where my brain is kind of like stuck too, because it's like, well, I've been doing these things, like I'm doing like the right things. Right. But I mean, I guess again, maybe nothing's going wrong. This is how launches are supposed to happen.
This is how launches are supposed to happen, and it's the worst. And but what happens is, like, I'm just so glad that, can you imagine being in this, for both of my launches in the past, I launched for a month. So imagine being in this feeling for a month. It was horrible. It was so bad. I was like, no one's bad. I was like, I literally started questioning like my belief in my product, my belief in myself. I was like, do people even want the mastermind? Maybe it's terrible. Maybe no one wants business systems. No one wants me to with it. They do, by the way. They totally do. It's a really good idea.
How long do you think is a good launching time now that you've done it a few times?
At most, I would say 3 is what I'm going to do next round.
Really?
Fuck yeah. I'm like, fuck this. 3 days.
Have all of it come up for 3 days and then be done with it.
I'm literally going to do the first week of October. I'm going to launch this next group, and I'm going to be like, here are the 3 days. Join if you want. If not, that's fine too.
Now, with that, my question is though, so I feel like I have so much like information to give them about the group. And like, I made more Instagram posts than I'm going to use, I think. I'm going to try to post them on like Friday and Saturday, but I like made so much content, which was like great that I have a lot, but I was also like, how would you tell everyone about that? I guess, would it just be like a lot of build up before?
Yes. So that's what I'm going to do. It's like, so I'm going to do, what my plan is for this next one is I'm going to do something like the marketing workshop the first week in September, which will be the last week of the group, of this round of the group. And then what will happen is that I'm going to do a, just talk about the group all month and be like, you all should get excited. I was like, this is going to be awesome. Here's the kind of things. It's great. And like, but like, also I think that waitlists, like, I was talking, so the reason why I saw this is like my friend Charlotte Smith, she coaches farmers. I think I've mentioned her to you before. I'll tag her. She's a genius. I love her. And we talked a lot this weekend, and she was like, you choose, like, I was going to do like the workshop and the webinar. And she's like, no, choose one. The rest is just like other stuff that you do. And then be like, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. That week, just be like, sign up now, sign up now, sign up now. So that's the plan. Also, have you considered doing quarterly launches?
Yes, I think I was gonna do kind of how you do it, where like you do a group and then you do one-on-one and then group and then one-on-one.
Yeah. And you want to spend, like, what I was talking with like another person is that like, if I want only like one-on-one's your bread and butter, we want to protect the profit. So you want to be selling one-on-one more months out of the year. Or in more just like now I'm not even doing months. I'm doing like, I'm going to do a month, but it's going to be like literally like just that week is going to be the only week that people can sign up. Because I'm like, it stresses me out so much. It makes it like, it prolongs everything. And I think that the 2 weeks beforehand, since you did that workshop, I want you to consider that part of your launch window. Like the like, it's like, I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna, like, it's going to be like, I'll be talking about the group, but I'm really still going to be selling one-on-one. Like at the marketing workshop, I'm going to sell one-on-one.
And that's like, you know, you hear the things, but then you don't learn them until you go through it. And I'm like,
it really takes
so how many people have to come into this group in order to make the one-on-one client price, right? And it's like, I have to have 3 group people for every one-on-one.
Exactly.
Like, that's a lot of people.
I know. And that's why when people are like, I've just fallen out of love with one-on-one, I'm like, like you can if you want, but I'm like, why would you choose like falling out of love? I'm like, you do not have to fall out of love with one-on-one. I'm like, you could also just have better thoughts about it. You know? And this group is absolutely gonna happen. You have the content, it's fucking good, and you also have like this group is happening at the pace it happens. Who knows? You're putting all the work in, and it's gonna be worth it. And what happened is a lot of people after the launch signed up for one-on-one. Like December and November were my highest grossing months for one-on-one.
Interesting. Always happens like you don't think it's gonna happen.
And that's where we have to like do everything we can and trust that it's going to work out the way it's supposed to, even if like we don't know exactly what that is. You know what I mean? Like even if we like can't see it, it's still going to work out the way it's supposed to. And I also want to like let you know that like the demand you're building for this launch is for the next launch.
That's true.
So, like people are going to be thinking about it. You also, do you have the price for the group listed anywhere?
Yeah, it's at the bottom of my page on my web page.
Okay.
In the link bottom web page.
Yeah.
So it was $15.97 for the total, and then $287 a month.
Okay. I would say, oh my God, that's such a good deal. So fucking good.
Yeah.
Love this.
Yeah, right.
It's under like, and you know, that's where I was like, this is so cheap. Why isn't anyone buying it? It was like awareness, didn't have enough scarcity and like urgency to buy. And I just needed to build a little bigger. And I was like, oh, okay, makes sense. Totally fine. I was like, and you are fine with one-on-one. Like you've got money coming in. You are totally fine. This would just be and do you remember when we first talked about this group when we were in the mastermind and I was like, okay, as long as this is just something you would do for fun, but we've got the profit protected, you know?
Yeah.
There were reasons. I was like, just in case. And I didn't think it was like, but you know what? We both gave it our best guesses. This is like everything that I know to, and you only launched for a week, which is like perfect. Thank God you didn't launch for a month. Because if I had tried to teach launching at the beginning and teach people how to launch for a fucking month, that would have been horrible. So I think that you're doing all the right things. What are things, so you say you've been good about messaging people. What are you messaging the people?
So at first I messaged them about the early sign up bonus because the whole idea was I was only offering the only sign up bonus to my email list and the people in my challenge Facebook group. And then everyone else on Instagram, I messaged them and said, this is kind of like a secret sign-on bonus. I'm just about to launch this group. I'm really excited for it. And if you're interested, here are the details. You'll get an early sign-up bonus. But I actually think that was a mistake because I just started building my email list. So it's like 120 people or something. And a lot of people find my content through Instagram and they're used to like seeing me on Instagram.
Yeah.
So I did that and I messaged them for that. I didn't get too many replies from that. I had one person who I started having a conversation with. She was like super interested, but she was like, I just had a second baby. I just really can't do the price right now. And I said sometimes with clients, I offer them, an 8-month payment plan. So it even reduces the monthly payment even more. I asked if that would help her out. And she said, unfortunately not, like money's just really tight. She said I was the perfect type of coach and she really wanted to work with me, but she would just need to wait. So
that's what I'm saying.
I thought, okay.
We just need to keep nurturing her. And also like, within that, just like, remember that, like, and what Stacey literally told all of us, she's like, this launch is going to get you ready for the next launch. She's like, this launch's purpose is not for this launch. It was to get you ready in the mindset that I am a group coach now and a one-on-one coach. And this is what I do. So I think that you're in, this is the space you needed to be in. And it's just going to keep getting better each time, even if the number is like I still feel like I got so much better at launching, even if I had less people. So it's like I went from 9 to 7 and that was still awesome. Like, I mean, they're like, just like you guys, like so fucking awesome. It's fantastic, but it's like, I do feel like it's like there are intangibles, like just like we measure for weight loss, like there's skills that you're learning now that needed to be in place for you to go where you want to go. And I'm thinking, so you're going to finish strong. What is there anything else that you feel like you could and would want to add for that one person who has been following you for a real, and I want you to picture like looking at her, and I almost want you to see a mirror to your past self, and I want you to just be like, this would be so amazing for her. Like 287 or oh my God.
So
all the money she makes.
What I could do, so with the sorority people, I decided, some cat drama going on back there.
I was like, I love the cats.
So with the sorority people, I decided instead of offering it to them for free, I would offer them as like a high discount as a scholarship offer for them.
Awesome. So
I sent, I think 4 people a message, offering it to them for $87 a month as like a highly discounted scholarship, because I told them, I was really excited to fill up this group and I have a few spots left that I'm trying to fill. So I want to give you a scholarship offer in exchange for your participation in the group. So I guess I could tell that to her, but it's just, I just have like this hesitation of, well, actually, no, I figured this out, because this is what I figured out with the other coach too. My other coach, she said, if I was like, I don't want to offer it to all these people and then have, just like 4, like maybe 1 playing and then 4 free or something. But she said, if it happens where I don't think it's worth doing for the scholarship people, I could just say to them, something has happened and I need to push back the group to a later date. I'm happy to offer that scholarship offer to you in 6 months when it happens again. But for the time being, we're going to have to wait.
Perfect.
I forgot I had that. Because I was like, oh my God, wait, what if? So I guess with this lady, I could tell her that too. Like, I've been thinking about you. I want to offer you the scholarship offer. And then if for some reason I don't have anyone fully joining the group, I could push it back for her.
Yeah. And that would be amazing. And also, like, I want you to think about, like, what was the goal of this group? The goal was for you to have flexibility, right? Which we're creating that flexibility for you so that you can, because that's the beauty of being a fucking entrepreneur. You can travel all the fucking time and just like still have money coming in. So we've got money coming in. Your profit, whether or not you do the group, you're still going to Asia for fucking sure. It'd be so awesome. I'm so excited, living vicariously through you. And you're still going to be able to like help people while you're there, whether it's just posting, and you're going to create enough profit so that's possible. Okay. So that's going to be fine. Your future is not depending on this launch. Like, I feel like what I get into is like, this is the last launch to end all launches. Like, I will never launch it. It's horrible. I'm never going to put myself through this again. Please don't want to do that. Don't do that to yourself.
Yeah.
No need. But I also want you to, within that, I want you to, like, think about, well, what is like the overall, like, what have you so far like learned from this launch?
Oh, a lot.
That is a skill. Yeah, right. It's like you've learned so much, and like the purpose of this launch was for you to see yourself as a group coach, right? And to see yourself to launch at least once. Like, and that's what one of the things that Stacey was saying, like, you just need to get as many under your belt as possible. Like, you just need to like keep bringing people in and just being like, all right, we're gonna, all these people, we just need to like just get through all this shit and this discomfort so that you can eventually switch to adding more groups and things like that. And you also plan the content, which you can use for your one-on-one, right? Now, do you want experience leading groups of people?
Say it again.
Do you want experience leading groups?
Yes. Eventually, that is the goal. I think it'd be really fun to have my own little community.
So what you could do is you could just have all of your one-on-one clients, and I think you mentioned that at the very beginning, but just have all of your one-on-one clients and be like, hey, this is a bonus for you guys. If you're a one-on-one client with me, I want to work with you. And it's a 3-month program. Yeah.
It's 6.
Oh, it's 6. Okay. So then, yeah, be like, I would love to continue our education. It's free for you if you want to keep going for 6 months and just go the 6 months through that. I also want to add, so my coach Jackie, she did a group of 8 her first launch, and then she had 2 join the next one, and she still delivered group coaching calls. She was like, first off, humble fucking pie, like really, like she was like, all right, this is what I'm going to do. And what happened is one of the people who was in the group, one person like actually stopped their business entirely, but the other person, she went in and she had all like they built a really great relationship because it was like small group. So they built this relationship. She re-signed with her for the past 2 years and just signed as a one-on-one client. Overall, that one person who she worked with has now paid her $30,000.
Wow.
So it's like, and how much were you expecting to learn from this launch or earn from this launch?
Earn?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I did get in my mind because at first I had like the goal of 10 because you're like, well, what if you had 10? I was like, yeah, I could do 10. Like, right. 10 people. And you know what? Maybe I still could. You never know what happens in the next few days. But I did kind of go into it thinking like, wow, I could make over $15,000 this month. Exactly. And I got all excited for it. Which isn't a bad thing, but, and you know, like you said, like I'm fine on money. This isn't like a make or break, like my life thing. I live at home. I'm fine. I fed, roof over my head. I'm surviving. I have my one-on-one clients.
You're thriving.
But it is kind of like,
you are not just surviving. You're doing great.
Thriving, yes.
Because think about it, like think about how many people in their life, and I wanted to give you like perspective, another perspective. Like Stacey was like, I could be in this business another 30 years. We are both fucking young. We are starting these businesses that most people start in their 40s to 50s, right? We got longevity. You're just getting all these like, it's like you're like getting all these lessons and like these battle scars in at this super young age that we are, so that we can go on and do insane things in the future. Like, this is a blip in it. And I want you to take from this the purpose of this lesson, to see yourself as a group coach, to get that first launch, which is always the worst, even though this last launch was horrible, definitely like not great, still got it under my belt, and you plan this content out, and now you are developed. It's like you are bringing in all these people who like can now see you as their coach. You did all this for the second launch. That's going to be worth $15K. I'm offering you that in the longevity of your business, this is $150K lessons that you've learned.
Yeah.
This group, this amazing group that you have for the next 6 months, think about that in like the course of like 10 years. Like if you even just like have this for 10 years, you know, it's like, think about how many people are going to join over the course of you coaching.
Yeah.
You know, and now that you can see yourself as a group coach, then it's like, okay, like now I've like expanded my potential for the future too. Like, and remind me how much. So it's $287 a month. How much is it full?
$15.97.
Okay, so like $15.97. So like, okay, I'm just gonna say 2K, right? So it's like, think about all of the people. So you make like 150. Like I think eventually this group is such a good idea and so needed, so needed in the world. If we divide that by $2,000 over time, right? Over the course of years, right? That is 75 people a year. Like there's 75 people over the course of all time. Eventually, after years of doing this, if you launch every half year, if you launch every full year, that is going to be like within like 5 years, I could see you making 150K just from the lessons that you learned. You know,
I love that thought that it's like the lessons I'm learning are making me money, because I'm like, yeah, I have to learn, but like I'm done learning.
I know.
I want it to be over.
I know.
And I did so catch myself. Huh?
I said, you're so close. Just, you can, I know, I like literally just needed someone to just like hold me as I sobbed. Like I literally went to my parents' house and I like I opened the door. It was like my best friend and her boyfriend and my parents. And Rob was like hyping me up. He's like, you're meant to do this. Like you can do this. It's great. And I like got in there and I was like, and I like just started crying like I just sobbed for like 20 minutes. I'm like, it's just really hard. And
I need me a Rob.
Oh my God, yes. I was like, I can be your emotional support Rob for this. Like, because like think about how bad, I mean, you are such a good coach. You are a really fucking good coach. It's such a good idea. No one else in the market is doing anything like this. Like it's awesome. It really is. It's going to be such an awesome group. And so you're building demand. You're bringing in more people. It's going to be worth it. I know it is.
Thank you. Yeah, and I caught my brain the other day because I was like, let's just not even do the group. Like, let's just stop marketing it. It's fine. No one's joining. And then I recognized, though, what was happening was I was like, well, if this group actually works, I'm going to have to do extra work. I'm going to have to coach more people, and I'm going to have to put on these lessons. And so I was like, oh, my brain just wants it to be easy. It wants it to stop doing the hard lessons. It just wants to stop it. And I was like, oh, okay, that means I have to do this even more in order to push myself to that next level.
Yes. And that really is the skill that you're like learning right now. It's like how to feel discomfort and do shit anyways. Because most people would kind of just stop. And
that was my thought, but I was like, no, we're not listening.
Nope. That like, it's like, that's like this is like and like, another thing that Stacey said, she was like, there is nothing that is, you'll never work harder or deal with like issues in your belief harder than right now. She was like, there is never another time in your business where things feel this hard. Which is like, other than, she was like, maybe that first dollar. Other than that, you made it through that. You now have consistency. You have a kitten who's adorable. Like, oh my gosh. I saw Lucille and I was
crawling
like,
in my lap. Yeah. She's in my lap now.
So keep us posted with how it goes. Also like, so appreciate the vulnerability and like just see that like everyone fucking goes through this. Even if you're a genius like Amber, like you were totally a genius. This is such a good idea. It still is hard. We are all still supporting you. Everyone from our old mastermind, we're all still having your back. You even have to like collaborate with them.
Yeah. That's
gonna be like insane value for like, again, the length of the time that y'all have your businesses. And then and also if people who are overeating and binge eating want to work with you, they can. And so I'll include your information in this and I'll repost it today. So like maybe there's someone on here that like didn't even know there's gonna get overeating or binge eating coach. Like, so it's like they probably maybe want to do this. So I think this is gonna be awesome. I'm sorry that this is so crazy, but it will get better.
I'm learning from it. We're learning $150,000 lessons in the long run.
Hell yes, you are. I love you, and I'm so thankful for you coming on today. And if you want coaching next week afterwards, like to debrief, do an eval, I got you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Megan. I really appreciate you talking to me and coaching me today. I needed it.
Of course, I've got you, and I've got Kelly coming on. But like, if you also need any like other coaching, you can always post in the group too. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
I love you, lady.
All right. Bye. I love you. Bye.
Oh,
I gotta figure out how I leave.
Oh yeah, I gotta like change to viewer. Done. And add Kelly on. So yeah, launching is a crazy time, but it gets better.
Hi.
Hey, you. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I haven't seen you in forever. I just had to pop on and say hello.
It's been like 10 years, it feels like. I'm so glad to see you. What can I help you with today? What's going on?
Well, I just wanted sort of just to check in. So now I've really switched gears. I'm just finishing up with the organization kids because we have a month left in the fourth quarter.
Awesome.
So now it's just sort of more emotional support for those. They know what to do. It's just they got to do it. Mm-hmm. So I'm finishing up with those guys. So now I'm really starting the college essay stuff is starting.
Oh my gosh.
I know, and that's fun. That's the fun stuff. So I'm just really just putting, looking over last year, see what I did last year, what I can do this year to make it a smidge better. So that's really what I'm doing.
Okay. Awesome.
And I'm also like, I have my list of people. So now I've got to figure out who they are.
Oh,
I know, Megan, this is not good. Like, I have some woman, her name's Tracy in parentheses. Who's Tracy? I'm not sure.
Oh,
so that's what I'm doing.
Oh my God. Okay. Yeah, totally like that is like, definitely make a spreadsheet. I would say like high key, definitely make a spreadsheet.
Yeah.
And so are you feeling ready to do this as a group? Are you feeling like?
So remember I don't know, I think I told you, maybe I said it in my head, but not out loud. So I have my first group. I've got my son, the son, the nephew, and 2 neighbor people. So
Amazing.
I've got my first group of 4 boys. So that'll be good. I'm excited about that. So I'll have those 4 guys, and then I'll have my 15. So I've got more kids than I thought I was gonna have. But
Now, are those 15 people, are you going to put them into groups, or are you going to do 15 one-on-one?
15 one-on-one.
Why are you going to do the group for that?
I don't know, just because I don't know. I think I'm going to use the son, the nephew, and the neighbor kids as my guinea. And what's nice is I can, it doesn't, like I can group it, I can group when I need to group, you know, so I can do what I'm doing and then I can group it. So I've even started, like, if I do, I'll start kids. So I'm sort of doing group, I guess, and sort of doing individual. So I'm going to
Okay.
start 5 kids on the same day.
Okay.
See what I mean? Is that, I mean, that's sort of grouping. So I'll have
Okay.
5 kids starting, let's say Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll all be on the same page.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I'll have 5 kids starting on another day. They'll be on the
just
same.
think that you're gonna have so much demand. Like, we haven't even started talking about this is the crazy thing. Like, y'all, like, again, I always love having you on because, like, you literally don't have to have any presence on social media. You literally just have to know people and tell them what to do. And so I think that, like, I remember when we did our consult, like, back in the day, we were saying that you wanted to pay for your kids' college with this.
Right.
So I think that you totally can do 15 and then this group of 4. Totally fine. I just think that you could help more people. Probably, if all these kids are starting on the same day, you could probably have, like, another group going in the place of one of those kids' slots. What comes up? Do you want to? Is that something that you're, like, thinking about? Is that something that you've thought could be a possibility?
It definitely could be a possibility.
Okay.
And I know it makes more money sense to do the group. I
And
know
time.
that.
I'm like, money and time.
Money and time and the people that you're helping, because we haven't even gotten there yet. Like, I don't even start this until July. So people are just now, I've had a couple folks sort of reach out now. People are going to start reaching out now. And and my own son is a junior. Like, so those people it hadn't hit them yet that, oh yeah, Kelly does this.
And so it's like,
so I hadn't even gotten those phone calls.
That's the thing. It's like, so I think you're about to get, like, 20 other people.
I mean, I definitely could.
And if that happens, you can't help any of them.
No. Without having a mental meltdown.
Yeah. Which we don't want. And I literally think you're such demand. Like, you literally don't need it. If I could coach you to make you feel really good about group, would you want to do more groups? I know you want to do the guinea pig thing, but I want to show you that it could, like, you can still, the prices that you have for this group are so low.
Right.
For what they're getting an entire college essay. Like, it's ridiculously priced. Like, it's so good, you know?
Yes. And so I'm a member of the classes that I took. So it's the ladies that created this, whatever. I don't even know what it's called. Isn't that embarrassing? Whatever. The
essay writing people.
The essay writing people. Whatever they are. So they think I'm insane. They think I'm insane that I do one-on-one.
Did you tell them? Oh, they all want you to do.
They think I'm insane. They think it's insane that I meet these people. They think it's insane that these people come to my house. They're like, you're crazy. So I have the whole thing, and I went through the group. So that's how they acted like I was the student, like I wrote my own college essay. So that's how I learned the process. I went through the process. And they meet with you one time. Of course, I'm an adult. I mean, I'm more motivated than a 17-year-old kid, but still.
What if you could do a hybrid? What if you could do a hybrid where they do, so that makes you feel safer, right? To know that you're meeting with them. What part of doing group do you not like for those 15 people? And, like, I swear to God, I think you're gonna have like 25 people messaging you and being like, can you work with my kid? Can you work with my kid?
I know.
So what do you not like about doing group right now? Is it that like
I've never done it.
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
know it. I've never done that. I don't know how, I just go back and I look, I'm sitting here looking at this list of kids that I know. Some are going to be easy to work with. Some are not going to be easy to work with. The easy ones, obviously they're easy. You can do anything with them, but the ones that are tricky, like my son,
Yeah.
it's going to be, I just don't know how, I just don't know.
So what if instead of just, first off, I think that your son could still benefit from the group, right? It couldn't hurt him to do the group, right?
Right.
Do you know the difference when you meet, like when you do the consult or when
Mhm.
you talk with a parent, can you already tell which kid is going to be, and again, we're not trying to label kids,
Mhm.
but like, can you see already like, okay, this kid's going to be fast, this kid's not going to be fast?
Yeah.
Do you, like on the consult, do you know, or do you know beforehand? Or do you know after you meet them the first time?
Well, so before I meet with them, I send them work to do, pre-work to do, that they then email to me. They complete the work, send it to me, then we meet. Well, the ones that don't send me the work are usually you know what I mean? So yeah, you can.
Yeah.
And
So
then you have the one that sends it to you like 2 minutes after you give it to them. It's already in your inbox.
Okay, so that's your what we call client filter.
Mhm.
Okay. So you're gonna filter the easy people and like the challenging people, right?
Right.
You already know that. What if you could do that before you talk with the parents and have the consult? And then when you have the consult, be like, based on this pre-work, I know your kid is gonna be your kid's gonna need one-on-one, this kid's gonna need group.
Right. Yeah, you could do that.
That's the way you could do it. That's one way. Kids, I just want you to see that there are multiple options because
Okay.
you're in so much. I just don't want. Literally, like my thought is like, I needed you, and if you had been sold out, I never would have gotten into college. Like it's like, or like I had to hire someone from Harvard who was terrible. I literally like didn't help at all. So it's like within that, it's like you you could figure out beforehand and sort.
Right.
Okay? That's option one.
Okay.
Option two is everyone does so it's like I think you were thinking like either like option one, everyone goes group, option two, everyone does one-on-one. And I want to show you like there are just so many more options.
Okay.
So then there's the filter option, then there's also it's like the pre-consult filter, so you're like, okay, they didn't do the work, I think they're gonna need one-on-one, and then one-on-one or group. Then the other thing I would do is you could sell everyone to the group and be like, some people need a hybrid experience. So they could get the education aspect, whole group, and then still have the one-on-one support, and you could have them buy both things. So it's like you could have, so it's like, so you could be like, I think you get to know them the first week. And to be like, I think you're going to need hybrid, talk with the parents again, have them reinvest.
Right.
Or you could tell them before you do or it's like, as you do the consult, you'll be like, I just want you to know, this is the price for the education. This is the price for the group. I have a lot of people that need a hybrid experience where they need me to meet with them one-on-one as well. This is the cost of that. And I want you to know that your child might be, tell all the parents and be like, hybrid might be an option that you want to consider. So that's option two. You and I'll just say this is for tell everyone group, and then hybrid might be an option. The other thing that you could do is you could offer one-on-one sessions. And you could be like, I want you to do a one-on-one session. Like it's like, oh, I think you might be muted. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You might okay. Can you hear me? Hold on. I think you had a notification come on. To leave and come back. Yeah, it does it sometimes. Okay. So yeah, leave. I'll bring you back in. There we go.
Okay, here we go.
I can hear you. Awesome. Okay, so
I'm so good at technology now. Aren't you so proud of me?
I I know, I'm so proud. Okay, so it's like, so you could have tell everyone in the group, and then be like, one-on-one could be an option you could consider. You could also offer, and again, when you do that initial consult, be like, everyone does this group, one-on-one sessions are extra. And like, instead of like, so when I'm saying hybrid, what I mean by that is they meet with the group once a week, and then they meet with you once a week for the next 6 months.
Okay.
But you could also are there people that you could see happen that they do group, and then they do and then they might just need a couple sessions, they don't need all of it.
Yeah.
So that could be another option. You could say that, like, I do the group and I offer one-on-one as needed, and here's the price.
And I'm saying, so people don't think I'm being mean, that all these children are smart. Obviously, nobody's an idiot. Everybody's smart. Everybody's great. Just some of them need more motivation, need more whatever to move on.
Now you know.
So my people that aren't doing, because I have this whole thing of exercise. I have a whole thing, and they do these exercises, these writing exercises to get them to the drafting part. And some of them just have trouble getting it to me. It's summer, I mean, they're in the Caribbean talking to me about college essays. So it's, it's hard.
Exactly. So maybe that would be the great option, to be like, and like also like neurodivergent kids like myself, like having handholding once a week was very helpful for me. Like I needed someone to be like doing it with me.
Yes.
It was never a sign of my intelligence. It was just like, I did not know. First off, my brain wasn't organized. Like, I totally could have used you as a kid. And then I also didn't have like the attention. I literally like was diagnosed with ADHD and my parents didn't tell me. So like, I just imagine like, I couldn't filter anything. So it's like, you could even like ask them if they have like any like learning different learning styles.
Right.
Just like, obviously like frowned upon, but like being like, your
the
child
learning differences.
Yeah, it's like, do you have any like learning differences I should be aware of? Because I'll be watching them for differences, and I can check in with them on different days.
Right.
And we can already, and be like, if you think, and you can present it to them, like, if you already know that your child has an issue with follow through, might have trouble in this, we can already, so it's like, you can be like, we can already do, if you already know your kid well enough to know that they can use hybrid, then we can do hybrid.
Okay.
The other thing I do is like offer that one-on-one as like more expensive.
Right.
Because you're going to have to be like, I just have so many, like, it's like I think that would be a good option too.
I do too. So then you have the group, and then it would be more affordable to the folks too. The people that don't need, and I could get a lot more kids.
That's the thing I want you to do. It's like, I want you to help more people. Like, so because how much is the group?
What'd you say about the group?
How much is it?
Well, I said it was $400 a month. It's $400 a month, so it's $100 a session.
It's ridiculous.
But I don't know, could I get that in a group setting? Could I get $100 an hour in a group, you think?
Oh, yeah. I was thinking, and you could probably do 400 for one-on-one per session, for a one-on-one session.
Maybe.
We paid like $500 or $600 for her to each worked with me.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not kidding.
Dang.
Like, or it might have been like like 800. Like, it was like
per session.
Per session. We only met 3 times.
Gee.
I mean, it was like, and she didn't help at all. Like, it was just kind of like
good.
Great, but it was like, but like, she didn't teach me anything like this. There was no education. It was like purely like, okay, like, let me look over it. Like, all right, I like this here. Like, she didn't even help me to write it. And it was 800. Like, I'm pretty sure it was like 800 a session. And this was in 2012, 2011. But we're like, we will do anything to make sure you get into the school.
Right.
And then my essay ended up getting me in without her help.
Well, that's okay.
Totally fine.
Maybe she got to run a beach house that week. Who knows?
Exactly. So like, that's the thing. It's like, like the longevity of this for sure. 2,400, that's it to have their kid with a college essay done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I would sell it to them. It's like 2,400 and your kids' essays will be done.
Everything will be done.
Everything will be done.
Yep.
You will never.
A lot of people.
And this is the hardest part for everybody. Everybody. I do not know a single person who's been like, yeah, love me some of this. Nobody.
Can I please write some college? Yeah, exactly.
No.
It is the hardest part.
It's the worst part.
Okay.
So I think this is badass. I love this.
Okay.
And then how much would you charge for a one-on-one session?
I don't know. I was charging 100, but I guess you're saying I need to charge more.
Your demand is ridiculous.
I don't
You
know.
have a website.
Okay. I'll look at a website, see what the people.
Maybe 250, 200.
Really?
How much would you want?
I know. I mean, 100. I feel like that's so much money, but all right.
What about 150? What about 150?
Fine. 150 per individual. Okay.
Yeah. And would you want to have them like 150 a one-off session? And what if they wanted one-on-one and group? Then that would make sense for you to just double the group price.
Right.
So it'd be like 100%. It's like 100 per one-on-one. You really should offer it for more, but I think it'd be fine for you to just do 480. So if they end up doing like the one-off one-on-one sessions, that would be 150.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would have a hybrid that would be 4,800. So you'd meet with the kid in the group once and then one-on-one once.
So you'd be meeting with that kid twice a week?
Yeah.
Okay.
For the kids that like you really like, the parents know they're going to need that one-on-one.
Okay.
And then I would also add in here, like, and I would tell them, like, because let's say if you were to charge 150 a session is 600 a month.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually 360. For if you were to charge your one-on-one prices for the hybrid plus the 240, it would be 6,000. So it'd be like, that's a 16K deal that they get for 4,800. And if they do hybrid,
okay.
So if they're meeting with you twice a week, I think that they should probably, like, it would be 3,600 for your. That's, by the way, if anyone just wants one-on-one, your new one-on-one price is 3,600.
That's one-on-one per
for 6
what?
months. For 6 months.
Okay.
It's 600 a month.
600 a month. I can do month. It's hard for me to look out that far. Okay, 600 a month. My brain just doesn't go that far. Okay.
So if you
and then the group, we're saying 400.
400 a month, which is 240. Yeah. And so if you think about it, if they are getting one-on-one and group, it should be 6K.
Yes.
It should be, because then they're paying 400 for the one-on-one a month and 600, so it's 1,000 a month.
Right.
But you can say that, like, if you want to do hybrid, they would get all of that for 480, unless you just want to give them 6K for hybrid. Totally up to you.
Right.
Because I mean, if you think about it, like, that is still a steal. 6,000 to have you meet with them twice a week, not once, twice. One for education, one for application. You could say that.
Right. Say that again. That was good.
Education is the group. Application is one-on-one.
How do you come up with this stuff, Megan?
I've been doing this for 2 years now.
One. Okay.
Yeah. And so if they need both, they should do hybrid, and it should be 6K.
Okay.
You could offer them a deal of 5. I just like even numbers.
Yeah.
That's me.
It's easier to deal with. Okay.
It's literally such a steal.
It is a steal.
It's like, if anyone complains about this price, like,
well, here's the problem. Here's the kicker too. So now these people are waiting until they're not going to think about. I know this because this happens. They're not thinking about this until after exams, the 1st of June. Then they're like, "Oh my God, my kid's a senior. What am I going to do?" Well, everybody else is full. You know, there's very few folks around here. I don't know about the world, but there's very few folks in Raleigh that just do the essays. The whole shebang, yeah, there's a million, but just do the essay, no way.
And I want you to think about like the 15 one-on-ones. You could have 15 groups that have like 4 to 5 people. And you could eat, like, you know how many kids there are, right? So it's like, let's say you do 4 groups or 4 people in a group and you have 15, that's only 60 kids.
Right.
If you fill up every hour doing group.
Right.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, that would mean no hybrid, no one-on-one.
Right.
And I still think that's not enough. I still think that, like, the kids need you.
Well,
You
the
know?
parents need me. The kid doesn't know what the parent. They just need these applications done.
They just need it done.
Yeah.
So if you were to do 4 people in a, I need to roll in just a second. 4 people in a group for all 15 hours, that would be 60. And if you think about that, the fun thing would be so the group is going to be 2,400. Oh, I put this in the wrong person.
2,000 group how much?
2,400.
2,400.
So if you were to do that, that's one. If you were to do 4 groups, 15 groups, 4 people in a group, that's $144,000 for the next 6 months.
Wouldn't that be fun? Then I'd be done.
Then you pay for all college and you would never have to do it again if you didn't want.
One and done. Goodbye. Thank you, people. That was fun.
Thank you. That was fun. Or
Love
you could
y'all.
do what's called a program,
Right.
and you could teach everybody for 1 hour. And if they want to book a one-on-one session with you, it's like 800, like this lady.
Right. That's a good idea too.
Eventually. I love this
I like
for you.
that.
You're amazing. I've got a rally. I'll put these notes in there. But thank you so much for coming on. I hope this was helpful. If you start to doubt yourself at all, come back next week and I got you. But I think you know that this is like a fucking steal. Think about how much college is. They can't even get in without you.
You know you're right. I hope I see you soon. We need to get coffee and do something fun.
I would love that. I would love that.
Hampstead. Spend the day at the pool.
Oh my God, yes.
Let's
Say less.
do it. All right.
Okay, I love you, lady. I'll see you soon.
Okay.